Hey everybody, I'm back with another show update about the war with Iran, current war with our enemies. Here with Daniel Luria, the executive director of Ateret Kohanim. Before I speak to Daniel about his thoughts about what's occurring today, tomorrow, and in the future, I just want to share the latest kind of missile barrage this morning. Was so strong when it struck into the Beersheba hospital, Soroka. It shook. I'm 45 minutes north. I felt the shake. I felt the shake, and
Wow.
that's how big, big this blast was. I believe that's what it was. An interceptor doesn't usually knock out creates a shake, but not that was a shake. It was something, but it was a serious missile barrage. And with that, I think I want to bring Daniel in and discuss this being like a turning point in how we handle the Ayatollahs, right? This is a turning point in how we handle the Ayatollahs. What do you think, Daniel? You think this is like a big? The prime minister went down there, the defense minister went down to speak at Soroka, and they basically, to me, my take on it is they're saying he's going. We're going to take him out. What do you think?
Yeah, there's no question that, the strongest message beyond what we're already doing. It's nice to get rid of all the scientists. It's phenomenal that every chief of staff that comes in is lasting for 24 hours or 48 hours and he's going. But there's no question in the same way that taking out Nasrallah was another level beyond the beepers, so too here. Khomeini has to go. The Muslim fundamentalist regime has to go. Now, they're not going to go nicely in some type of peace accord because that's not going to happen. There's no such thing as the white flag goes up and we'll be good children until now. This is a problematic, anti-Western, anti-peace loving group of people and regime that the nation of Iran and most of the Persians don't want. And we're actually doing them a huge favor. I was listening to some of the Persian commentators that have got connections in Iran, and they're saying that it's anything between 60 to 70% even of the country there wants them gone. So we're going to be doing them a huge favor, and it's not going to happen once again by some type of agreement. They'll have to be taken out. Now, how it happens, only the Mossad knows, and I'm sure they've got one, two, or three plans. How's that going to happen? Now, if it happens today, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Jewish history because this is the day that we were given permission, which on one hand is amazing and it's very special. I don't doubt it. We were in the Persian Empire and the Jews were given permission by King Ahasuerus, later taken over by an even greater king, King Darius, who allowed us to build Jerusalem, which is even more special. But he gave the Jews permission to fight back against all the anti-Semites and those that were going to kill and wipe out the Jewish people. And we were ultimately successful. But today, the beauty is we don't need permission
That's
from
right.
any emperor to defend ourselves. We, the Jewish people, we are no longer in the ghetto. We're not in the Persian Empire. We are a self-contained, sovereign, powerful nation and state. And the world is today, whoa, look at that. Look at what Israel is doing. Everyone is in awe. I mean, I can't even name the commentators that have said what all of us have been saying for 6 days.
Yep.
What we did in 6 days, Russia can't do in years in the Ukraine. A little country of Israel where I think Iran is 75 times the size
Yes.
and 10 times the population. And this is the great superpowers that was threatening the world and the control of the Middle East. Within 6 days, we have aerial power. We've knocked out most of their power plants, their launchers, their missiles. Hezbollah's mama and papa is no longer. Maybe the head of the octopus is still there, but the head is today so crunched up and nearly decimated, it's unbelievable. If this is not miraculous, I think I said it in the last interview, but I wake up in the morning, I'm saying, thank you, Hashem, that I don't have to be envious of those in 1948 and 67.
Very true.
It's,
It's
it's unbelievable.
unbelievable. It's unreal. This is in a lot of ways bigger than 67. In a lot of
Yeah,
ways, in a lot of ways, we're doing this 1,500 kilometers away. Like we're in the middle of an enemy country and we're controlling their skies. I'm not that everything's a miracle. 67 was pure miraculous. There's no question about
not just the skies there though.
it.
Syria is not a nothing there anymore.
Yeah.
Lebanon is a little lemalach at the moment, and we've got a poodle which is about to be destroyed still in Gaza. Yes, there are people there, and we can never forget the hostages. And I want to remind everyone, whoever's listening to this, every day, please say Tehillim. We should all be saying Tehillim, asking God to heal those that are in hospital, even those that are out of hospital and with their families, because every person with a prosthesis goes through a process and they need help. The families need help. Israel need to get together, and if we can't do it in a financial way, then we need to do it in a spiritual way, because everyone feels good when we do that, and it's very important that we're doing that all the time, at every level. There's a lot happening even in Yerushalayim today. I mean, we're trying to get bomb shelters. We haven't even thought about bomb shelters. On one hand, I'm saying to myself, do we need bomb shelters? We're about to have a period, an era of phenomenal peace. On the other hand, you can't just rely. So, we need a few bomb shelters in Kidmat Zion. We need more cameras that are needed. And more important than anything, we are going to be showing the Arab neighbors where the balabait. How you started off this whole talk today is the Arab enemy.
That's right.
The Arab enemy on our back doorstep has to know there is a balabait. You want to live in the land of Israel? You want to live here as an Arab citizen, but in the Jewish state? 100%. You do anything that tries to destroy the Jewish state or the Jewish neighbor, there's 21 or 22 Muslim countries for you. And there's going to be plenty of space in Syria and Lebanon and Iran if you want to go there and leave us alone. That's for sure.
That's true. I mean, the bomb shelters make sense to me to a certain degree. More than that, I mean, up until this morning's hit, they were talking about the barrages are calming down. Don't worry about it. They were actually relaxing on restrictions. The fact is the regime is dying, and it's like a crazy regime. So they're willing to send tons of missiles out at their end. That's what Nazi Germany did at the end. The hardest part of that war at the end was they were going crazy. My understanding in Berlin, just shooting everything they had off, all these rockets and missiles at the Allied. That's what's going to happen here. Did Khomeini, choose wrongly today? Probably. He hit the hospital.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's finished.
I don't know. All these videos are going to come out about the Persian rugs and Israel walking. The Lion of Judah. Someone should have a nice little picture of the Lion of Judah walking on a Persian rug or something like that, or the Persian rug just flying away. Anyway, it's we can have all these videos and talks, but at the end we've got phenomenal soldiers in the cockpit, in the tanks, the technicians, the ones that are refueling, everyone in the whole of the army, whatever is being done in the hospitals, the nurses, the fire. This is a massive national effort. I remember after the war started in Gaza, one of the biggest things was, how can I help? That was the big line. What can I do? How can I help? That feeling of togetherness and oneness today is there. The only thing missing, I would say, a little bit is we've still got some of these left-wing lunatic commentators and some of these generals who have been wrong every single time. And it's about time that some of them either shh, or they turned around and they said, we're wrong. Last night, I was watching Channel 14. I recommend everyone watching Channel 14. They showed the people, they think that we're going to forget what was said a year ago and two. They showed all of these great commentators and the politicians, what they've been saying about Netanyahu and about Iran and about land for peace. They need to either quiet up or just apologize and say, we were wrong. Netanyahu and the right wing was right. Now, we don't need that, but at least a little bit of humility.
That's true. Now, listen, people do not think the prime minister had the courage to do this, to launch a full-scale attack on Iran. And he did. He said, listen, at the end of the day, the Jewish state cannot be destroyed. and he did that. That he gets a lot of. He should get a lot of merit.
An existential threat. People don't understand what's going on. A nuclear bomb with people who openly say, I don't even understand, honestly. I've never understood why we even have United Nations. You've got a nation which is within the UN that has said they're out to wipe out the Jewish states, the mini Satan, the big Satan, and life goes on like normal.
That's right.
I mean, what's the point of the UN? All I know is that in 100 years' time, I'm going to have you and me. We're going to have children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. There's going to be a flourishing Jewish state. I'm not sure if there's going to be United Nations. Anyway.
I think a lot sooner. Okay, within that, I think we'll wrap it up.
Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom to everyone. Daven hard and looking forward to amazing, beautiful times unfolding before our eyes. Think positive, look positive, is positive. And you know what positive is? As actually Mati Dan says, this is not mine. Positive is po ze tov.
Yeah.
Here in Israel, good. Stay safe if you're in exile. Litrot.
Special dinner.